I believe that, my purpose in life is to become a teacher and now to become an administrator.
You should be making an impact on what's happening in the classroom, and you can make an impact if that's the kind of administrator you want to be. That's when I started to realize, no, it's definitely for me, because I can have a wholesale impact, and it's not it's not an impact whereas, well, it's just I'm gonna make the trains run on time, so to speak. It's going to be, actually, make a difference in the students' lives on a daily basis.
What's giving me that opportunity and the feeling and the drive to go into the administration is that I do want to see change, and I see a lot of problems in our schools.
As a teacher, you only get a picture of what administrators do because you're not in there all the time. You're not dealing with the challenges they're dealing. So I had this huge misconception of what it was to be an administrator.
I just felt somehow, I guess, from what I saw in administrators, it seemed as though they were detached.
Going through the program was a challenge for me. I'm married, I have 2 children. My husband's a teacher, so he understood what I was going through. I doubted myself. It focused me on what I wanted out of life. And what I want out of life is better schools for our community, because I am from the community.
The Urban School Leadership Program has really given me the opportunity to not only focus what I'm doing in class, but it's given me the opportunity to work with my colleagues outside of class, as well as classified staff.
The collaborative work that they had us do, the field-based project that they had us do, they were big, daunting projects, but I feel that at the end of the day, they prepared me to the point where I can be that leader now.
I was able to learn that it's not just running the school, it's running the whole organization. You're on top of law, you're on top of curriculum, you're on top of behavior, you're on top of managing teachers, you're on top of motivating your students.
I think I was very fortunate to have the instructors that I had. They came with so much knowledge and shared so much knowledge, and actually had us do a lot of those things that they've experienced at our school site, and shared just their experiences that helped us grow.
I feel like I'm more qualified and just better equipped. I think that once I go into an outside position, I will be able to focus when I go into a classroom to see, does she have an objective? Is her activity congruent to the objective? Is there active participation? Is there active participation from all the students, or is it just from one student? Is there covert and overt participation? So yes, so when I become an administrator, or when I get an outside position, I think because of this development, because of this training, I'm more aware and I'm more able to observe other teachers and see what they can do to better their teaching and their practices.
People didn't understand the amount of work that we were putting into this program, so it was nice to have someone that you can vent to or talk to about, APA format and all this other good stuff, or the laws and stuff that were encompassed in the program.
Our cohort, which was cohort 5, continue to stay in touch via the social networks. We get together to have dinner and talk about what's going on in our careers.
When we first started the program, we became Facebook friends, and we still communicate through Facebook.
The relationships I built, I think, will be forever, especially, like I said, when we have issues in school or we have questions, we contact each other. I call Mr. Soto, or I'll call Keith or Mara, and so we built a networking system where, we can trust each other and talk to each other. And so now I have that support. I have that net. If I ever decided to use it, I have it, whereas before I didn't. I was just isolated in my classroom.
When I go into an AP position or a principal position, I'll have no issues insofar as completing the job. Not only completing it, but doing extremely well, and knowing that once I'm in that position, if I still need the support from the Urban School Leaders Program, it's there. It's a phone call away.
I think that we'll always be friends, and from them you meet their husband or their wife that works for the district, and I've made a lot of connections with principals, vice principals, coordinators, support coordinators. So it's really nice to know that, like, you'll be in a meeting and you'll see somebody say, hey, we were in a cohort together. And
because it was a cohort, because it was a small learning community, I was able to thrive in that setting.
I'm actually, in 2011, 2012, I'm looking to take an out of classroom position.
After completing the program, it hasn't even been a year, I've already switched positions, or I'm working in a new position, and I'm currently applying to be AP, assistant principal at various openings, and it's only possible because I've gone through the program. Had I not gone through it, the networking wouldn't have been there, the positions that I've been called about wouldn't have been there, and obviously I wouldn't have had the credentials to be able to even pursue those positions.
Teachers get stuck in their own routines or in their own ways because they don't know all these new things that are going on, all these new strategies, or they're stuck in, you need someone to motivate them, someone to hook them. And I think that because of this program and the new knowledge that I acquired, I'm able to provide that to the teachers and hopefully inspire them to become better at what they do.
Other than that, everyone have a really great weekend. Again, thank you everyone for doing outstanding job. And I want to thank everyone on Monday, Friday.